If you don't get through on the phone, then you go and visit. Get out there. Actually, just get out there and visit and meet people face to face. We're too busy hiding behind a computer or telephone, for example. Communicate. Go and see people and tell them what you're doing. Spread the word. Even create a flyer to say that you want to build a community and you want people to join that community because it's for the good. For example, it's going to make the service users or those that are in the community happy that someone cares and someone is listening to what they have to say and they're not being dismissed, and they get to come out instead of being isolated at home, because it can be lonely when you're going through a bereavement, when you're going through an illness, when you're looking after a loved one. It can be very lonely. So maybe you want to build a community for the carers and then also have one for the clients as well. But, you know, not on the same day. If the carer wants to have a break, then they can come to you and just have a coffee. You can just do a coffee morning, for example. So I just dropped my coaster there and just have a cup of tea. Cup of tea, some water, you know, things like that really does make a difference. Now, the community is also based on your marketing efforts, and if you don't get out there and meet people, then they're not going to know that you exist. So the next thing that you need to have is a presentation pack, a marketing pack, so that when you are out there in the field meeting the community, then you've got information. So marketing pack, your PowerPoint presentation needs to be done if you're doing online, for example. There's various ways that you can really build your community. You're going to do it face to face. Then you're going to get them to join you online, for example, a Zoom, for example, and do some training, for example. Then you may perhaps do a group session. You know, there's lots of different ways that you can grow your community. You can create a Facebook group for that community. Once you've gone into the community and you've met them, you don't just set up the Facebook group and people are joining, but they're not actually from your community, for example. And you'll end up with people that want to spam your group. And you don't want that. They don't want to be spammed. They just want to be looked after. Now, when you go into doing this, when you go to meet your community, don't have money on your mind when you go in there. You're going there to build relationships. Like I said, Robert Kiyosaki says, serve and then the money will follow. So if you serve your community and serve them well, find out what their needs are, and also see about meeting that need. See what's missing, and then you can offer that service as well. But you go away, you put something together about what services you're going to offer for your community and what research you've done. And when you're even applying for contracts, you can say that you've built a community and this was the numbers of the attendees or in this community, for example, and what it is that you offer in that community. Is it education? Is it, could be like coaching. It could be where you're helping them with, paperwork, where you volunteer. Just volunteer. And you'd be surprised what you get back. You will feel enlightened. You will feel so powerful inside. It will make you feel good. It really will. I'll give you a story. My father started the food pantry in America when it first started many years ago. Many years ago. And even to this day, he's passed away, but even to this day, the food pantry in America is still going, and it's going strong. It is literally national. And guess what? It was all for free. And this is now national. Something that I'm so proud of that my father did. He left a legacy. When he passed away, his funeral was for 2 days. We couldn't fit enough people in the church, so they had to come over 2 days. 2 funerals, for example. He had so many people stand and give a beautiful testimonial about what he did for their lives. And he helped families that were struggling financially. Some of them worked, but they just couldn't make ends meet